Verse. Transverse.
Transverse.
A transverse beam.
Transvestite.
Transvestite.
Trap.
Trap.
The only way to catch mice is to set a trap.
He stepped into a bear trap covered in snow.
Police had set a trap for hooligans at the match.
Amanda felt that marriage was a trap. People caught in the unemployment trap.
Don't fall into the trap of investing all your money in one place.
Just keep your trap shut. 20 miners were trapped underground.
The building collapsed, trapping dozens of people in the rubble.
There's no way out. We're trapped. Julia felt trapped in her role of wife and mother.
The police trapped the terrorists at a roadblock.
I was trapped into signing a confession. Mind you don't trap your fingers in the door. Pain from a trapped nerve.
Solar panels that trap the sun's heat.
Trapdoor.
Trapdoor.
Trapeze.
Trapeze.
Trapezium.
Trapezium.
Trapezoid.
Trapezoid.
Trapper.
Trapper.
Trappings.
Trappings.
The trappings of power.
Trappist.
Trappist.
Trap shooting.
Trap shooting.
Trash.
Trash.
Will someone take out the trash? Just put it in the trash.
How can you read that trash? The place got trashed last time we had a party.
The researchers are angry that attempts have been made to trash their work.
Trash can.
Trash can.
Trash compactor.
Trash compactor.
Trashed.
Trashed.
We got trashed last night. We need a new map. This one's trashed.
Trash talk.
Trash talk.
Trash talking.
Trash talking.
Coaches say they want to take trash talking out of high school football.
Trashy.
Trashy.
Trashy novels.
Trauma.
Trauma.
Traumas such as death or divorce.
The trauma of being a young refugee.
The emotional trauma of rape.
The hospital's trauma unit.
Traumatic.
Traumatic.
His son's death was the most traumatic event in Stan's life.
Traumatize.
Traumatize.
He was traumatized by his war experiences.
Travail.
Travail.
The travails of last year's water shortage.
Travel.
Travel.
Someday I'd like to travel abroad. We're planning to travel across America this summer. He has travelled extensively in China.
We travelled by train across Eastern Europe.
He'd travelled far, but he'd travelled light.
The train was travelling at 100 miles per hour. They travelled 200 miles on the first day.
A well-travelled businesswoman. A well-travelled road.
News travels fast.
Exporters have to find wines that travel well. Many British television programmes don't travel well. His gaze travelled over her face.
Light travels faster than sound.
The new job involves a fair amount of travel.
We met some very interesting people on our travels in Thailand.
Travel agent.
Travel agent.
Travel agency.
Travel agency.
Travelator.
Travelator.
Travel bureau.
Travel bureau.
Traveller's check.
Traveler's check.
Travelling.
Traveling.
After retiring, we'll do some travelling.
Traveling salesman.
Traveling salesman.
Travelogue.
Travelogue.
Travel sickness. Travel sickness.
Traverse.
Traverse.
2 minutes to traverse the park.
Travesty.
Travesty.
Their marriage was a complete travesty.
O'Brien described his trial as a travesty of justice.
Travelator.
Travelator. Trawl.
Trawl.
I'll have to trawl through all my lecture notes again.
She spent the morning in the library, trawling for information for her project.
Trawler.
Trawler.
Tray.
Tray.
The waiter brought drinks on a tray.
A cat litter tray.
Tray bake.
Tray bake. Treacherous.
Treacherous.
A sly and treacherous woman. A treacherous plot to overthrow the leader. Treacherous mountain roads. Strong winds and loose rocks made climbing treacherous.
Treachery.
Treachery.
The treachery of those who plotted against the king.
Treacle.
Treacle.
A film that does not turn into treacle. A treacle tart.
Tread.
Tread.
Sorry, did I tread on your foot?
She trod barefoot on the soft grass.
If I wanted to keep my job, I knew I'd have to tread lightly.
Stop treading mud all over my clean kitchen floor! Bits of the broken vase got trodden into the carpet.
Getting the right balance between home and work is a difficult path to tread.
All I could do was tread water until the contracts arrived.
David trod wearily along behind the others.
I heard the back door bang and Rex's tread in the hall.
Treadle.
Treadle.
Treadmill.
Treadmill.
The treadmill of working in the office.
Treason.
Treason.
Richter is accused of committing treason against the state.
The defendant was convicted of high treason and sentenced to death. A treasonable act against the head of state.
Treasure. Treasure.
The Book of Kells is Trinity College's greatest treasure.
Our housekeeper is a real treasure. Jim treasured the gold pocket watch that his grandfather had given him.
A battered old guitar was his most treasured possession.
Treasure chest.
Treasure chest.
Treasure hunt.
Treasure hunt.
Treasurer.
Treasurer.
Treasure trove.
Treasure trove.
Our science shop is a treasure trove of curiosities and gadgets.
Treasury.
Treasury.
Treat.
Treat.
She treats me like one of the family. Penny doesn't think her co-workers treat her as an equal. He treated his automobiles almost as tenderly as he did his wife. The prisoners were well treated by their guards.
Despite her seniority, Margot was never treated with much respect.
I don't know why he stays with her. She treats him like dirt.
Please treat this information as completely confidential.
She treats everything I say as a joke.
Any complaint about safety standards must be treated very seriously. It was difficult to treat patients because of a shortage of medicine.
Nowadays, malaria can be treated with drugs.
We treated Mom to lunch at the Savoy.
I treated myself to a new dress.
Sewage treated so that it can be used as fertilizer.
Stephen took his son to a cricket match as a birthday treat.
When we were kids, a trip to the beach was a real treat. The cafe serves an assortment of gourmet treats.
Let's go out to lunch. My treat.
That new vegetarian restaurant seems to be going down a treat.
The sports ground looked a treat with all the flags flying.
Treatable.
Treatable.
Certain forms of cancer are treatable with drugs. Treatise.
Treatise.
A treatise on medical ethics.
Treatment.
Treatment.
There have been great advances in the treatment of cancer. The best treatment for a cold is to rest and drink lots of fluids.
Civil rights groups have complained about the harsh treatment of prisoners.
The two young princes were not singled out for special treatment at school.
Just lately, Kyra has been giving me the silent treatment.
I didn't think the film gave the issue serious treatment. The treatment of polluted rivers.
Treaty.
Treaty.
Both sides have agreed to sign the treaty.
The peace treaty ends nearly 4 years of violence.
A treaty on political union.
Treble.
Treble.
They sold the house for treble the amount they paid for it. Their profits have trebled in the last 2 years.
Treble clef.
Treble clef.
Tree.
Tree.
As a kid, I loved to climb trees. We planted a peach tree in the backyard. The trunk of an old oak tree.
Treehouse.
Treehouse.
Tree hugger. Tree hugger.
Treeless.
Treeless.
A treeless landscape.
Tree line.
Tree line.
Tree-lined.
Tree-lined.
Tree surgery.
Tree surgery.
Treetop.
Treetop.
Trefoil.
Trefoil.
Treggings.
Treggings.
Trek.
Trek.
A lonely trek through the forest.
I'm afraid it's a bit of a trek to the station.
The elevator was broken, so we had to trek up 6 flights of stairs.
For 5 days, he trekked across the mountains of central China.
Trellis.
Trellis.
Tremble.
Tremble.
His lips started to tremble, and then he started to cry.
Green was on his feet now, his body trembling with rage.
The whole house trembled as the train went by.
I tremble to think what will happen when she finds out.
Tremendous.
Tremendous.
Suddenly, there was a tremendous bang, and the whole station shook.
She was making a tremendous effort to appear calm.
She praised her husband for the tremendous support he had given her.
Sales have been tremendous so far this year.
This plan could save us a tremendous amount of money.
She's got a tremendous voice, hasn't she?
Tremendously wealthy.
Tremolo.
Tremolo.
Tremor.
Tremor.
An earth tremor.
Tremulous.
Tremulous.
A tremulous voice.
Trench. Trench.
Workers dug a trench for gas lines. The trenches of World War I.
Lane left teaching after 30 years in the trenches.
Trenchant.
Trenchant.
Stockman became one of the president's most trenchant critics.
Trench coat.
Trench coat.
Trencher.
Trencher.
Trench warfare.
Trench warfare.
Trend.
Trend.
Lately there has been a trend towards hiring younger, cheaper employees.
Recent trends in education.
The current trend is towards more part-time employment.
The general trend towards the centralization of political power.
A disturbing trend is that victims of violence are getting younger.
The growing trend is for single mothers to bring up children by themselves.
Even so, the underlying trend is positive.
National and international economic trends.
The downward trend in the price of gold.
Successive presidents have tried to reverse this trend, but without success.
Larger corporations are setting the trend for better maternity benefits.
This striped dress is bang on trend.
Average temperatures are trending upwards.
Trending topic. Trending topic. Trendsetter.
Trendsetter.
Trendspotter.
Trendspotter.
Trendy.
Trendy.
A trendy Bay Area restaurant.
Young trendies from art college.
Trepidation.
Trepidation.
With some trepidation, I opened the door.
Trespass.
Trespass.
She was arrested for trespassing on government property.
It would be trespassing on their hospitality to accept any more from them. He will be prosecuted for trespass.
Tresses.
Tresses.
Trestle.
Trestle.
Trestle table.
Trestle table.
Try.
Try.
Triad.
Triad.
Triage.
Triage.
Trial.
Trial.
The trial is due to start next week.
Brady was on trial for assault.
A new drug that is undergoing clinical trials.
They let me have the computer on trial for 30 days.
The security system will be reviewed after a 3-month trial period.
Smith was hired on a 6-month trial basis.
The daily trials of living in a poor country.
My brothers and I were always a real trial to my parents.
The trials and tribulations of running a business.
These techniques were trialled by teachers in 300 schools.
Trial balloon.
Trial balloon.
Senator Lott is floating trial balloons to test public opinion on the bill.
Trial run. Trial run.
This year is something of a trial run for the new service.
Triangle. Triangle.
A triangle of land.
Triangular.
Triangular.
A triangular sporting competition.
Triangulation.
Triangulation.
Triassic.
Triassic.
Triathlon.
Triathlon.
Tribal.
Tribal.
A tribal dance. Tribal cultures.
Tribalism.
Tribalism.
Tribe.
Tribe.
A tribe of Aborigines known as the Dolphin People.
Tribes of journalists.
The cat tribe. We were only expecting Jack and his wife, but the whole tribe turned up.
Tribesman.
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 Tribeswoman.
Tribeswoman.
Tribulation. Tribulation.
Even close friends were unaware of the tribulation she faced.
Tribunal. Tribunal.
The case of your redundancy will be heard by an independent tribunal.
Tribune.
Tribune. Tributary. Tributary. Tribute. Tribute.
The players wore black armbands as a tribute to their late teammate.
I'd like to pay tribute to the party workers for all their hard work.
It was a tribute to her teaching methods that so many children passed the test.
Tribute band.
Tribute band. Trice. Trice.
He should be here in a trice.
Triceps.
Triceps.
Trichologist.
Trichologist. Trick. Trick.
Pretending he doesn't remember is an old trick of his.
He didn't really lose his wallet. That's just a trick.
I'm getting tired of your silly tricks.
The girls were playing tricks on their teacher.
After walking for hours in the hot sun, his mind began playing tricks on him.
At first, he thought someone was coming towards him, but it was just a trick of the light. He didn't turn up? What a dirty trick. A bit more flour should do the trick.
My uncle was always showing me card tricks when I was a kid. A magic trick.
The trick is to bend your knees as you catch the ball.
A salesman who knew all the tricks of the trade.
Experienced teachers can show new teachers a trick or two. He won the first 3 tricks easily.
She had this trick of raising her eyebrows at the end of a question. Dave's found out. He never misses a trick, does he?
Hello, Bill. How's tricks?
She knew she'd been tricked, but it was too late.
He claimed he was tricked into carrying drugs.
The corporation was tricked out of $20 million.
He tricked his way into her home by pretending to be a policeman.
A hat tricked out with ribbons.
Trickery. Trickery.
Trickle.
Trickle.
The tears trickled down her cheeks. The first few fans started to trickle into the stadium.
The water in the stream had been reduced to a trickle.
Recent legislation has reduced immigration to a trickle.
A trickle of cars on the highway.
Trickle-down effect. Trickle-down effect.
Trick or treat.
Trick-or-treat. Trickster. Trickster.
A slick, fast-talking confidence trickster.
Tricky. Tricky. I can get you tickets for the show, but it'll be tricky.